Hi, I'm Deborah, and today I really want to share what's been on my heart, which is about the power of discomfort and really seeing discomfort in our lives as a powerful teacher. And it's hard to do at times. I mean, there are times when it is actually easier than others when I'm in a space where I can really see clearly and or more readily that this discomfort is an opportunity. But there are many times when it is not easy. And so I've come up against some discomfort lately, and it really had me thinking that I, I just, I felt so undermined by it. So I felt my energy drop. I started having negative thoughts because I ran up against challenges, which for me were some discomfort because I just wasn't sure how to resolve them. And so it really got me thinking about how I could, what I thought to myself at the time was like, okay, if I am so taken down by this little bit of challenge, I mean, what am I doing? I know that I'm better than this, stronger than this, more resilient than this. So I took a day. I needed a day, like a day and a half, where I just kind of didn't do anything, rested. I mean, went about my day, but I didn't try to tackle the challenge I was dealing with. I kind of stepped away from it. And I also gave myself space and opportunity to meditate and just get some extra rest because I knew that I wasn't in a place at the time to actually resolve anything, find solutions. I really needed to take time and honestly be with the discomfort. And so then I started listening to different experts and speakers on mindset, talking about growth mindset and the idea that you can use challenges as opportunities for growth and that every challenge you come up against is an opportunity for growth. And I was like, I really have to reframe the challenges that I'm dealing with. And it took a minute, like I said, I had to sit with it for like a day and a half. And then I was like, I need to figure out how I can use this for my good, how I can make this situation be something that I can really grow from and learn from. And so that's what I did. I took some time and I was able to really look at the challenges I was experiencing through new eyes and realize, and that's when I came to understand in a deeper way, because I know it intellectually that challenges are really opportunities. But in this instance, it took me a while to just get to the place where I could really re examine the challenges I was experiencing from a new perspective. And one of the things I did to get there is before I went to sleep at night, I actually asked my guides and God to help me. I was like, I just need help. I'm not sure what to do. I'm feeling uninspired. I don't know which direction to turn. I'm not sure what the right thing to do is. And I went to sleep and I had all these crazy dreams. Like, I can't even remember all of them, but definitely one of them, the last one um, of the morning, was like an action movie. I was in a car chase, getting away from these people, but it wasn't scary. I felt it was like exciting. And I woke up with this energy like, oh, I got this. I got this. And suddenly I was able to see everything in a different way. So I'm saying, just always ask for help. Always ask for help because it's there for us. So I woke up feeling all this like re-energized and recommitted and like, okay, I'm going to make this work for me. And how can I turn this challenge into an opportunity? And suddenly I could see that where I couldn't see it before. And so it really got me thinking about how powerful discomfort is as a teacher if we let it be that. And so, one of the things I came to realize is that discomfort can really bring us to a place of surrender. And that's a beautiful thing. And that's the place I was in when all of that happened. Like, I just felt so dumbfounded and exhausted. I didn't have any answers. And I told my guides and I talked to God and I said, look, I got nothing right now. I completely surrender to your guidance, your will. Send me the messages, help me understand what I need to do with this because I just don't know. And that's what happened. So that's one of the great things that can come from discomfort is getting to a place of surrender, because once we get to the place of surrender, that's a place where we can let go of things. Like when we're not there yet, when we still have energy and we're struggling and fighting it, like we find energy to put into our fears, to our old beliefs that aren't serving us, to different emotions that aren't serving us. But if we allow ourselves to really just get to, sometimes that breaking point, sometimes that rock bottom, and I can't say it was truly a rock bottom for me, but I got to a place where I was just like, I give up. I need help, and I'm happy to accept it. And that place of surrender was where new energy and new ideas came in. And it wasn't going to come in the state I was in before, when I was using my brain and like trying to figure it out. It wasn't happening. So just getting to the place where I was recognized my limitations of my mental state allowed me to let go. And that place of surrender, in that space of surrender, that's where new messages, new knowledge, and wisdom came in. And that's where discomfort can also strengthen our faith in the process, the faith in the help that we're getting. Because when you get into that place of discomfort and you reach that state of surrender, it totally strengthened my faith. Like, because of that, I knew that the only thing I could rely on was help from beyond, because I just didn't have it in me, or I couldn't feel it in me. I couldn't access it in me. So I asked for the help to be able to access it, because I know that deep down I have all the answers. I have the wisdom, but sometimes I need help to access that. So the discomfort really gave me so much opportunity to strengthen my faith and find the space of surrender that let all this abundance in. So the other part of discomfort is it is definitely part of a growth mindset. This idea that discomfort can lead to growth and expansion, because when you hit the wall, and I hit like a version of a wall, suddenly you realize that you have to find new ways of looking at things. You have to look for new solutions. You have to take a different perspective in order to be able to make any progress. And so, unless you're planning to just stop at the wall, which I think most of us don't want to do that, then we have an opportunity with that discomfort to grow. But sometimes it takes a little time to get there. Sometimes you got to give yourself some space. It might be a few days. You might need to meditate, which is what I did. Um, and just give yourself space to get there. It's okay if you don't get there right away, but that it is possible to get there. You can grow from, gain wisdom from, find solutions, um, elevate your mindset if you lean into the discomfort instead of turning away from it and struggling with it. Discomfort is also a powerful tool to help us shed our old beliefs and our fears, because you have to confront them. And it's part of the discomfort. When we come up against that discomfort, it is like a red flag or a bell ringing to let us know that there's an opportunity here to evolve and grow. And so we get the chance to do that for ourselves. Um, if we allow discomfort to bring up our fears, then we can confront them and then we can shed them. And as we do that, then we can also allow more of our higher self to come forward, to aid us, to guide us, and direct us in what we're doing. And the truth is, from a spiritual perspective, discomfort is part of the awakening process. I've had the blissful meditations where you're just like blissed out and it's amazing. And all of that feels good. And we need that. I'm all about it. But really growing into your best self, shedding what you don't need so that your higher self can step forward, the truth is it's uncomfortable at times. And so discomfort, we just have to accept it is part of the awakening process and use when it comes up as an opportunity. And I'm happy to say I'm feeling great now. But so the one thing I want to say about, so one thing I want to leave you with about discomfort is one thing I want to say about discomfort and how to deal with it is the first thing is to just give yourself grace and compassion. Be kind to yourself. There are genuinely hard things, and sometimes you need a break before you can tackle them. I'm not saying run away from them, but I'm also saying that the struggle that we sometimes get into with the challenges in our life becomes a lot of wasted energy and doesn't actually move the needle and get us closer to what we want. So I'm all for taking a pause, whether that's a few minutes or a day or a couple weeks. It really depends on what your situation requires and allows. But give yourself grace and compassion and know that when you have these challenges, they are learning opportunities. So give yourself space to sit with it and to learn from it. And then see how you can reframe it. And from there, you can figure out how to work with that discomfort and use it as your teacher. So that's all I have to say for today. Um, I know many of us struggle with different levels of discomfort, different types of discomfort. And I hope that what I've shared today allows you to take a new perspective on your discomfort. And instead of struggling with it, make peace with it and learn from it. And that's all for now. See you soon.